Good day. Yes, let's take a look at your Opisthurkis species. Okay. Yes, your Opisthurkis viverrini is found mainly in the northeast Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and central and southern Vietnam, while your Opisthurkis filineus is found in Italy, Germany, Belarus, Russia, Kazakhstan, and Ukraine accordingly. Okay. Yes, your Opisthurkis viverrini, this one, the eggs of your Opisthurkis viverrini is at 27 by 15 micrometers. And yes, it is brownish yellow with brownish yellow oval and is also operculated. It has an opercular shoulders and may have a comma-shaped appendage at the abopercular end. And the adult is transparent and leaf-shaped and measure approximately 8 to 12 millimeters long. Okay, the as for the intermediate host, you have your Bithynia snails as the first intermediate host accordingly. In the metacercaria of your Opisthorchis viverrini is somewhat less resistant to pickling, comparing it with those of Clonorchis sinensis. In Opisthorchis viverrini, you have your dogs, cats, and other fish-eating mammals, including humans. They serve as a reservoir host. Okay, the infection with Opisthorchis viverrini has been reported to occur in Cambodia and in Southeast Asia. And the human infection results from the widely prevalent practice of consumption of metacercaria-infested freshwater fish that is eaten uncooked, pickled, smoked, salted, or dried accordingly. Because pickling or smoking or salting of fish or drying of your fish will not kill the metacercaria present in the second intermediate host. As the second intermediate host, you have your freshwater fish. As for the pathology and symptoms of your Opisthorchis viverrini, uh, the pathology or yes, the disease is confined to the biliary tract system. Okay, morbidity is associated with worm burden. As in heavy infections, you have severe cirrhosis, ascites, pedal edema, and acute abdominal pain. Aside from that, you have severe jaundice, secondary infection of biliary system, cholangitis, and hepatomegaly. Okay, laboratory results showed you have elevated bilirubin transaminase and low serum albumin. Okay, overall, you have abdominal pain, flatulence, weakness, hepatomegaly, cholangitis, chronic cholecystitis, cholelithiasis, and obstructive jaundice. Okay, and so please note that the biliary epithelium may be highly susceptible to malignant transformation because of chronic proliferation brought about by Opisthorchis viverrini infection. And with this, there is a significant relationship between the intensity of infection and cholangiocarcinoma. And there is also a high prevalence of this disease among males. Okay. As for the laboratory diagnosis, please note that eggs are not found in stool specimens from patients with biliary obstruction. Okay. Yeah, same with the Clonorchis sinensis. And with that, since eggs are not found in stool specimens from those with biliary obstruction, needle aspiration, surgery, or autopsy samples may be required to confirm the presence of Opisthorchis viverrini. Yes, okay. Fecalysis sedimentation concentration is recommended. Okay. Uh, Clinical history can also be utilized to support the diagnosis, the laboratory diagnosis. Please note that individuals who have lived in areas where infections are endemic have a history of eating raw fish and have symptoms of upper abdominal pain, indigestion, diarrhea, and hepatomegaly may be suspected of having Opisthorchis viverrini infection. And please note that the pain present in Opisthorchis viverrini infection usually appears in the late afternoon and lasts for several hours. Okay, of diagnosis accordingly can be confirmed by eggs in the bile fluid, recovering adult worms, eggs in the bile fluid, because again, at times there is an increase in the worm present causing biliary tract obstruction. And yes, clinical history was also utilized to confirm the diagnosis. Aside from that, DNA hybridization and detection of antigen is also utilized in the laboratory diagnosis of Opisthorchis viverrini. Okay, please note that Opisthorchis viverrini, Clonorchis sinensis, and Clonorchis sinensis are similar in size and shape to those of Heterophyes, and Metagonimus yukigawai. That is why you cannot readily distinguish or differentiate the eggs of these parasites. Okay, yes, again, patient history is utilized to what they call this to help or to aid in the diagnosis of this. Your Opisthorchis filineus. This one is otherwise known as cat liver fluke. The habitat is the distal ducts, and yes, the first intermediate host, you have the snail, you have your Bithynia liachi. The second intermediate host, you have fishes, and then the infective stage is your Metacercaria. Okay? Again, your Opisthorchis filineus inhabits your bile passages of the liver. Okay, in case of humans are accidental hosts, and the final host of your Opisthorchis filineus are cats. Okay. And yes, mode of transmission, ingestion of the second intermediate host containing your containing your metacercaria. And yes, the ova are elongated and ovoid, and they resemble Clonorchis sinensis. They are light yellowish brown, and they measure approximately 30 by 11 micrometers. And again, they this Opisthorchis filineus ova resemble Clonorchis sinensis. As for the adult worm accordingly is lancet-shaped and measures 7 to 12 millimeters in length. This 7 to 12 millimeters in length is larger than the adults of Opisthorchis viverrini. As for the testes, which will aid in distinguishing this Opisthorchis filineus adult, the testes is lobulated and oblique in possession. Okay, for your Opisthorchis filineus. Presented here are ova of your Opisthorchis filineus. You have here, of course, present inside this is your uh, miracidium. Please note that your Opisthorchis filineus ova is operculated and they are mature when laid. Okay, and so still it has a shoulder, somewhat. It has a shoulder and then it has an operculum. Okay, and yes, it is ovoid accordingly. Okay, and so for your Opisthorchis filineus adult, you have you have your Opisthorchis filineus, and then the other one here actually is Opisthorchis viverrini. Okay, as for the life cycle, the adults reside in the biliary and pancreatic duct, bile passages of the liver, of course. And please note that the adult deposit fully developed eggs that are passed in the feces. Again, the adult produces or deposits mature eggs. Okay, and so that are passed in the feces. And eggs are ingested by the first intermediate host. Please note that it does not require embryonation because again, the egg is mature when laid. Eggs are ingested by the first intermediate host, which is the snail, and the eggs release the miracidia, and the miracidium will undergo larval state development to your sporocyst, to your rhidia, then to your cercaria. Your cercaria here, this will emerge, or they are released from the snail. The cercaria is released from the snail, and the cercaria will penetrate a freshwater fish, and then it will insist as a metacercaria in the muscles or under the scales of your freshwater fish. And yes, after that, your host ingests uncooked fish containing metacercaria. Uncooked fish, or uh, pickled fish, or dried fish as such. And your metacercaria exist in the duodenum. They exist in the duodenum, and they ascend through the ampulla of Vater, reaching the biliary ducts. Okay, and so which reaching the biliary ducts, of course, where they attach and develop into adults. So please note that the adults lay eggs after 3 to 4 weeks of infection. Okay, and so for your Opistorchis filineus, this one is an illustration of the life cycle of your Opistorchis filineus. Okay, and so the adult worm resides in the biliary passages of the liver. Eggs are passed, okay, into the intestines and then to the stool, and then your embryonated eggs are ingested by your snails, and then inside your snail, the embryonated egg will develop into its larval stages. You have your miracidium, your miracidium, sporocyst, rhidia, and cercaria. And then after that, the cercaria will move outside of the snail, and then we'll find the second intermediate host, where uh, the cercaria develops into second intermediate host. Okay, and yes, it is ingested by man, and the cycle continues. Okay. Please note that for the pathology and symptoms in mild cases of Opistorchis filineus infection, you have dyspepsia, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and constipation. Okay, and your chronic infections, hepatomegaly, and malnutrition. And then acute phase, you have fever, facial edema, lymphadenopathy, arthralgia, rash, and eosinophilia. Okay. Please note that this infection with Opisthorchis filineus tend to have an incubation period of several weeks, and that symptoms may appear at the end of first week of infection. Okay, in case of low worm burden, or worm burden, or presence of 50 to 60 worms, okay, and so there may be localized damage in the distal bile ducts, but the liver function remains normal. Okay, and so with a worm count of greater than or up to 1,000, there is hepatomegaly and jaundice and pancreas may be involved here. Okay, and so for this one, some of your other liver trematodes, or trematode infection, it is quite likely that chronic infection will lead to cholangiocarcinoma in case of Opistorchis filineus. Okay, as for the laboratory, you have fecalysis. The eggs are described as slightly more narrow with 30 by 12 micrometers, 30 by 12 micrometers in size. Okay, and so yes, fecalysis. Okay, and so eggs are indistinguishable from Clonorchis ova. The eggs of Opisthorchis filineus are indistinguishable from Clonorchis egg. And yes, okay, and so aside from the use of your fecal sample, eggs in the duodenal aspirate can be utilized. You can make use of Intero test. Okay, and so for this one. Okay, again, as for the ova of your Opistorchis filineus, it is slightly more narrow than Clonorchis sinensis eggs, and they are more regularly ovoid without a clear shoulder at the operculum. Okay, and then for the treatment, you have praziquantel as a drug of choice still. And then prevention and control, of course, you have thorough cooking of fish. Okay, so because pickling or salting or uh, drying your fish will not kill the metacercaria present. Also, aside from that, public health education to advise the at-risk population in areas of endemicity about the hazards of eating uncooked fish, and then of course sanitary disposal of human. That's it for your Opisthurcus species. And yeah, tara, akit tayo.